I'm going to send one more. My first one was left. The other two are touching. That one shot really low. Oh my God. Shoot this last target with the Core Lokt Tipped ammo at 100 yards. I want to show you why I'm doing the 150 yard zero, and the reason for that is at 50 yards I'm dead on. At 100 I'm 0.92 high, which is actually, I don't know if that'll show up, but that mark right there says 0.92. That's where it should be. And then at 150, if I can find it, 150, I'm zeroed. And at 200 is 2 3/4 inches low. And I rarely shoot more than 200. But being 3 inches low, it's still in the target zone on a white-tailed deer. So, and just being an inch high at 100 yards, or not even an inch high, and that's the highest point in the travel, except for 20 yards is 0.95, but the rest of it, when you get to 150 yards, you're zeroed, but at 100, that's the highest point, and then it starts dropping. "100 yards with the Remington Core Lokt Tipped. Just trying to see if I can go through. Lower right target. Not bad. Looks like a 1-inch group. So then I shot a group with the Core Lokt Tipped with the suppressor back on it, and I was aiming here, so I'm 1 1/4 inch high and I'm 1 inch to the right. But the group measured at 0.75 inches. Right there. It's about 3/4 from center of that one to center of that one. Okay, got a target camera set up. This camera's running. Got a fresh target out there at 100 yards. Testing the Core Lokt Tipped in the Gen 2. The last group I got with those just a little while ago was 3/4 of an inch. That was a 3-shot group at 100 yards with the suppressor. It was 1.25 inches high and 1 inch to the right. I've made an adjustment to center it up. I still want it to be about 1 inch high at 100 yards. And I've got 5 rounds in there. First couple, mainly if I need to make an adjustment, I will. Shooting at the center target on this one. Those two are touching, and they're both just a hair left. So after those first 2 shots, I've made an adjustment, 1 click to the right. Alright, that's 5. It's actually not bad. It looks like a group, even with my adjustment out there. So I'll go retrieve it and we'll take a closer look at it. Alright, let me go over this real quick. This is that 5-shot group. The first 2 were right here touching, and I wanted to move it over. I moved it 1 click and I hit right here. Then my 4th shot was right here, and then my 5th shot was right here. So in all, it's a 1 1/8 inch group, which is not bad at all. I got to factor in that 1/4 inch adjustment, which really didn't affect the group being over 1 inch. What affected it was this one hitting low. Could have been me. I don't know. Alright, I got the Ruger Gen 2 308 out. I'll be shooting the Remington Core Lokt Tipped at 100 yards. I've shot several different hunting rounds trying to figure out which one's best, and this one actually gave me a good group not too long ago, and it's easy to find at my local academy, so that's what I'm going to go with. Right now I'm going to see where I'm at 100 yards. I've got 5 rounds loaded up. I'll shoot a couple, see if I need to adjust it, and go from there. First shot looks like it's just a ½ inch high at 100 yards. Of course, that's a cold bore shot too. And that's actually, the cold bore shot is what I really want to go by. And if that's what it will do on every cold bore shot, then this rifle's ready to go. That one looks just to the right of the last one. Alright, that one's right with the others. So I'm going to leave it with just the 3-shot group. I don't want to waste my ammo. And I'm going to call it good. I have a 5-round magazine here, but I'll probably go back to the 3-round when I'm hunting. But that's it for the Ruger Gen 2 and 308. Of course, I shoot with a suppressor. I hunt with a suppressor. I've got this Arkin LH4 4x16 by 44 on here. So again, this is where I'm leaving it. And we'll look at the target in just a minute. Alright, here's the target for the Ruger Gen 2 308. Shooting the Remington Core Lokt Tipped at 100 yards. In that scope, I've got a little dot in the center, and I put it right on this black dot I drew on here. So this is about 3/4 of an inch. That's a little over a ½ inch. 3/4, ½ inch. I did not measure the distance to that, but I'll say that's a little over an inch high. But this is a 1-inch group. This was my very first cold bore shot. That's what I like right there. It's just a touch high at 100 yards, and that will do me for deer hunting. So if I have to reach out to 200 yards, I know that I'll still be in the kill zone, aiming dead on. This group averages right at 1 inch high. This white line right here would be 1 inch. So I have this chart here, ballistic chart, but this is for 150 yards 0. So it would be 0'd at 50, and at 100 yards it would be 0.92. So you can pretty much say 1 inch high at 100 yards. Well, at 150 yards it's dead on, and at 200 yards it's 2 3/4 inches low, which is well within the target zone on a white-tailed deer. if I were to aim dead on at 200 yards, I'd still be in the money. I usually do a high shoulder shot, so if I did a behind the shoulder shot, I'd be still hitting lungs and heart. So anyway, that's good. We're going to say this average is 1 inch high, and that is 100 yards, 0.92 high equals a 2 3/4 inch drop at 200 yards. So, rifle is good for a 0 to 200 yard shot, and as I've mentioned before, in this area I don't get anything much more than 200 yards, maybe 250 max if I'm lucky. But I usually shoot my deer well under 100 yards.